Welcome back. Today's video is going to be another Throwback Thursday tutorial using the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette. So if this is your first time to my channel, hey, my name's Adrika. I usually do upload every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, so tune in on those days if you want to see more content from me. So if you don't know what this series is on my channel, this is basically where I go back and I do a tutorial using products that are throwbacks and stuff that I really haven't been using in a while, and this is just to encourage you guys to use up the products that you have in your collection. So this Masquerade palette, I think, came out in 2015, where it was really popularized by, I think, Nikki Tutorials and Kathleen Lights and a bunch of really big YouTubers, and that really catapulted Juvia's Place into the forefront mainstream market now. So this palette is a plethora of colors. It is just rainbow upon rainbow with some neutral tones also mixed in. So you can see why this became such a popular palette back in 2015 and why it's still such a popular palette to this day. I actually purchased this palette earlier this year, I believe, and I got quite a lot of use out of it. I really enjoy the shades in this palette. I love the formula of Juvia's Place eyeshadow palettes overall. There are a few that are hits and misses, certain shades, but most of these are just gosh darn beautiful. So it feels like every time I pick up this palette, I just want to play with so much color, and of course that is reflected in the look that I did today. And I really do enjoy Juvia's Place for being one of the few brands that really catapulted a lot of people into looking into more indie products and purchasing from more indie brands. Juvia's Place is also specifically a Black-owned brand, so if that is something that is very important to you, they are also that. So of course, everything that I talk about in this video and everything else that is on my face will be listed in the description box down below, so definitely check it out if you want any of the links. If you do like anything that you see here, if you really enjoy this Throwback Thursday series that I'm doing on my channel, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and of course hit that bell notification so you'll be notified of all of my uploads. So without further ado, if you want to see the Juvia's Place Masquerade palette tutorial, then just keep on watching. Okay, so I've already primed my eyes with my usual LA Girl Pro Primer, and I blended it out and I have not set it. So I do have a slightly sticky base for my eyeshadows to adhere to. For some reason, my eyelids are looking so crepey and old today. I don't know if I just aged 50 years in my sleep or like what happened, but so here she is in all of her beauty, the Masquerade Mini. And as you can see, most of the matte shades are warm tone, but you can't pick up this palette and not play with this bright row of colors right here. So of course, we're gonna do a very bright eye look today. So the last time I used this palette was actually for my birthday, which was on the 15th. I used a bunch of the warm tones and this beautiful Calabar shade to create more like a rusty, purpley, warm tone type of look. So we're actually gonna be playing with a lot of the blues here because I wanna get as much use of those as possible in today's look. So the first shade I'm going to be picking up is the shade Burkina, which is the lightest brown. So Burkina is the lightest brown shade in this palette, and it's not too warm and it's not too cool. It's kind of a neutral shade. The rest of them are really red warm tones, but I'm gonna build that color up just a little bit, just so I get the right amount of depth that I want, because I don't want to make this too reddy warm. And I'm fluffing that all throughout the crease and the outer V using my ABH Cosmetics brush. So I'm actually going to go in with the shade Zobo, which is a purpley pinky tone, and I'm actually going to pick that up on a tapered blending brush. And that is going to go straight into the crease. And I'm only going to pick a little bit up at a time. This shade isn't my favorite, like it'll give you the purpley look, but it leans really more towards the pinky magenta side. And I'm definitely not gonna drag it as high as I dragged up the transition shade. So I'm taking my blending brush and I'm running the shade Burkina right along the edges because I still want a hint of that transition shade coming out of the purple. So I'm just gonna place that color right back in there. Should I do purple or should I do, no, I'm gonna do blue. I'm going to do blue. Yeah, let's do blue, like a bright poppy blue.
You want to do some undertone like purple.
I love purple on brown eyes.
I know, but like, same way.
Fine. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm gonna take the deepest blue shade in the palette, which is called Chi. And I'm basically gonna do a halo eye with all of the shimmers in this palette. Now, it might end up looking a little bit weird in the process, but I have faith that it'll look really good by the end. So I'm basically focusing most of Chi on the outer and inner corner, really stamping that product in, and I'm not wetting my brush. These shimmers are really quite foiled without having to do any of that. And don't worry about the crease because we're gonna go back in and blend some of the purple up there. So I'm taking the shade Dahlia and I'm going to place it right in the middle of my halo eye. And I'm really going to make sure to blend the two into each other. So I'm going to take a really tiny brush, a tiny detailed brush. I'm going to pick up the shade Zola. I don't know how much it's going to pick up on this brush. Actually, that picked up a lot. Okay. And I'm going to apply that right in the center of that blue. So I'm basically going to highlight the center of my halo eye. So it'll basically bring my eye forward and it'll look more rounded. So I'm taking a bit more of Chi and I'm just going to deepen up the outer and inner corner just because it got a little faded with the other blues. So I'm taking the shade Zobo back on my tapered blending brush and I'm really blending out the edges of those shimmers. It's not going to be like a complete like type of smoky blend, but I just want to make sure that they just mesh well together. I still want the blue to pop on the lid, and I don't really want to bring too much of it up into the crease. So I'm taking my initial blending brush and I'm really making sure to blend and fluff out the edges so I can go and blend into my skin as seamlessly as possible. Right, okay, so I will finish up the rest of my face and then I'm gonna come back so we can finish up the lower lash line. Okay, so hello, I am back. The lips might not go with the look. I don't know. I didn't want to do just a nude because I always do nude. We'll see at the end once I finish everything. But for the lower lash line, I'm going to start off with my tapered blending brush and the shade Zobo, that purpley shade. And I'm going to start by fluffing that on the lower lash line and smoking the colors out. I just want a hint of the purple that we have on top just because we want it all to really connect well together. Okay, and now I'm taking a smudger brush and the shade Burkina. I'm going to really stamp it close to the lash line and really smudge that into the purple as well. I'm gonna keep the blue on the upper lid. I'm really not gonna bring any of it underneath because that might be a bit much. For the inner corner, I'm gonna be taking the shade Giza, which is just a pearly, pinky inner corner highlight shade, and I'm just going to pop that right in the inner corner just to give a little bit of a pop. Not too much. Alright, okay, so I'm going to apply a thin line of black liquid liner to the top. I'm going to do my eyelashes, and then I'm going to come back on camera to show you the finished look. Okay, so I changed the lip, and I like this one way more. Super duper glossy, sticky. There's pink reflex all throughout the lip. I think it fits the whole vibe of the look way more, and it looks so glamorous now. I wanted to give you guys a little bit more of a close-up look at the entire finished look. So here are the eyes with the rest of the face. I absolutely love how bright and colorful and beautiful this look is. So here is the finished look, guys, using the Juvia's Place Masquerade mini palette. Of course, everything that I used in this tutorial and everything that is on my face that I didn't mention will of course be listed in the description box down below, so definitely check it out if you want any of the product links. If you do like anything that you see here, if you do enjoy this Throwback Thursday tutorial series, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and definitely hit that bell notification so you'll be notified of each of my new uploads. So I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks so much for watching. Bye!